Hello, everyone. Who was here in the morning from the? Is there a lot of Sanoma people from the morning who watch my quick presentation? No, I'm good. I get to do a whole nother run on this stuff. Uh, my name is Fredrik Siren, and I'm from a company called Richen. And what we do is we specialize in making services better, enriching services, if you will. And our main tools at the moment are gamification and crowdsourcing. And as I said earlier on, I'm promised to try to fill you in what actually gamification is, more than the Wikipedia quote, but also how it functions, how it actually functions really, really well, how it makes money, and also makes customers into loyal fans. So that's something I'm going to talk about. My main focus is going to be on the marketing and sales aspect, but there's been a lot of good gamification done in education, in communication, internal and external, and some really nice things. And the cool thing about it, when actually first I met Kuope, was I think 10 or 15 years ago or something like that, when I was in the mobile industry. And and then I started my own company then doing mobile services. And it took me 10 years to really, really get excited with something new. And the new thing was, for me, was gamification. Gamification, as a phenomena, has gone on for quite a while. But it actually peaked on Google first time in 2011. So it's a quite new term, if you will. But and if you look at the sort of the Wikipedia that says what gamification is it's the use of game mechanics and elements in a non-game environment. That's pretty boring, right? And it doesn't tell you actually anything about it. But okay, that's a gamification quote about it. And if you want to look at some of the elements you can find in gaming that you use in a non-game environment, they could be different kind of missions, achievements. Get 3 tomatoes in a game and get a tomato farmer badge or something else. It could be kind of top lists if you play with other people's. It could be different goals that you set or indications where you should go, or social aspects or other rewards. And these are like the sort of the building blocks of the whole thing. But that's not really anything at all at the moment. If you just go by these and add a top list to a service and think that you gamified, you've gone wrong. It's about something entirely different. Imagine you're going on a first date with someone you might like or might not like, and about 99% of the people, if you do, when you go to them on the first date, you try to behave maybe, or buy dinner, or accept a dinner, or go for a walk and talk something, maybe come out with your fears or needs or desires or your wants in that relationship. What you're doing when you go out with someone, and if you have a long-term goal or a short-term, that matter too, is that you're trying to build a relationship. You're trying to see if this relationship is something for you and expand on it. And that's actually what gamification is about. It's about the engagement of people, of engaging people with a brand, with a service, or something to do, and getting a deeper connection with them. What that enables, if you're talking about let's say a loyalty program or something else, what it does is that when you start rewarding people for their commitment to a brand and for the things that they do, they start making more often go to that brand. They start maybe purchasing more. They start to diversify their shopping culture, and they also get to know more things. And when you have like different kind of goals with this, with how you start to engage with a customer or with a person that is with your program, you have a long-term goal. But what gamification does is when you bring these elements and bring these new activations, if you will, and motivation inside to engage these people, you both start serving long-term goals that in a dating case could be marriage or something else. But you also serve immediate goals by rewarding people for the activity right here, right now. And that is a very effective tool in engaging people to interact more with your service. It's also something that you have to do at the moment. And why does it work? It's because of this. And there was a few lines on this already, and I think this is a good example. 2007, I had my N95 phone, which is a prime example of function-focused design. The best camera, the best voice, the best sound effects, nice keyboard, good battery life, and so forth. And we had the up-and-coming new iPhone that came out then with a human-focused design. And what it did, in a year, it killed the business of Nokia. In a year. And why is that? It's because what we tend to do when we build services on the web, and we do something fine, and especially in Finland, because we're still quite engineer-focused, we focus on making something effective, functional, really, really good, and forget that we need to wow and cajole people to actually interact with our great content. And that's the most important part of when you do a service, you do internal and external communication, how you build up that relationship with the prospective customer or a person that is with you. A brand that understands that everyone that comes to your site wants to interact with you, wants to buy, wants to consume your product, and starts rewarding them for that, for interaction with the brand, is the brands that are going to win. So when the competition hits really hard, and we've already seen some indication of this, is that this is going to happen on service design. If we're talking about news sites, we're talking about commerce, everything else. How we start engaging people is the key to the next level. And when I talk about how you should reward people, let's say we have a site that gives you activation, that lets you visit different parts of, activates you to try new services or look at a video or do something else, and we start rewarding these people. Studies have shown that actually rewarding people with actual physical stuff, like let's say movie tickets or coffee cups or something like this, is the least thing that people want. People do want them, but what they actually want in the service is they want to be rewarded with status, they want to be rewarded with access, and they want to be rewarded with power. Those are the three most important things. So if, let's say, you're in a news site and you do some blogging or something else on that site, or you put social media updates from that site out on the web, and you get rewarded with, let's say, a top blogger or a huippukommentoija in Finnish or something like this. That's actually a really powerful tool to enable this content provider for this site to feel valued. So we need to move our services to make people feel more valued, that they're part of the service, and thus engage them better. The same thing applies with access. People do want to test out new services, new things that encompasses inside your service. And it could be a great thing. That's actually a reward. We usually think when we roll out a new service to a specific service, is that we think that, oh, will people test this or something else? But we actually start rewarding people with access to new things. We get them tested at the same time, and it's a win-win situation. It goes on like this. And the same applies to power, which actually means that we give some power of what a site does or how it behaves to customers. And this empowers them to interact more. I have a small engagement carousel here to illustrate a bit what I'm talking about. And you're actually going to see a real example also soon of what we've done with a client. So you get some actual cohort facts on that too. But the realization of that a person comes to your service, it has already some motivation. He wants to see, he wants to look. There's some incentive there. What we can do when we gamify a service or a site is that we can do different kind of activations. Hey, you, if you'd like to, we'd love you to rate this thing, or hey, we'd like you to look at this thing or do something else, do some interaction with the site. And when they do, we always and consequently always reward the people with some kind of recognition that they've been interacting with the site. This is the really important part. And the recognition that you do, and when you do it consequently all the time, it pays off. People like it really, really much. It's like, if I go ask my neighbor, because I know that he's good with bikes, just plain pedal bikes, and ask him, okay, my tire is broken. Could you please fix it? He's not going to get insulted. He's going to get proud that I actually asked him to do something for me. And it's the same thing. We're talking about soft values, how we engage with customers, how we make them feel important, for real. And when you get this culture in service and you start performing like this, you start also making money much, much more with this. And 1 minute. Okay. So reward, have achievement and so forth, empower them and start churning it again. And if you just look at a few industry examples, I mean, I know I'm focusing on sales and marketing. It really happens that there's a lot of things that go really well with those. If you have free tests, you can go up with them a lot. In marketing, it works globally, but more importantly, maybe for most of the people sitting here, is that it also works really, really well in Finland. So what we done? We did for Veikkaus this Veikkaus loyalty program, which actually, just quickly flipping through it, is that we have 10,000 people at the moment, and by the end of the year, a lot more, maybe everyone. We had them try this stuff where you can get some Veikkaus points, where it's sort of a currency when you do different kind of missions. So on the site, you have the possibility to as an opt-in service, to maybe look at a video or look at some or fill out more information or test a new game or something like that. And when you do these different kind of things, reward the customers for their activity. And we've seen huge improvements across the board. This project has brought in, well, a lot more than it cost, in fact. So what it does though is that we can see a huge people activating all around, both in doing things that we'd like them to do, but also in the retention rate, leaving things undone, we get it to a very minimal level. We get people visiting sites much more frequently, and also much more times. The time spent on sites also jumps up a lot, and the reviews at this point has been absolutely lazy. My time is running out, so I can discuss some of these things a bit later on. But we're seeing a huge indication of different things. When we want to activate people do it, and they activate a lot. We want to redirect people to do different kind of things and softly push them that, hey, this is something that we'd like to show you. It works, and it works really, really well. And user participation, the quitting those things has gone down a lot. At the same time, participation has skyrocketed. Last slide. This is my snake oil pitch, why everyone should take this, okay? At the moment where we are with gamifying these services, because the market is open, here it works. At this stage, results are guaranteed. And what we've done with this, and when it's going to go bigger, I mean, I don't think they had in 70 years as a good try at this one. It really, really brings in a lot levels, works really, really fine. And that's about it. I'm sorry, my time is up, but I'd really like to talk to you about this a bit more at a later stage. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, words you were using were interaction, which is of course always when we talk about games. There was commitment, there was engagement, there is human-focused design.
Yes.
And the word you didn't use actually, but which was very strongly present, was emotions.
Yes.
So feeling good, feeling that you should.
Yes.
You really get something when you do something.
I think that's why, for my own part, I'm a bit of a hempenet. But anyways, I really like this also because when we actually take these emotions, engagement, commitment to a client, we take it seriously. It also affects the hard values of evaluating services. When we do this properly and do it well, it also brings in more revenues. So you can be as design CCU services that are warm and heartfelt and everything else, and make them better and make them more profitable. And that's something I really, really like.
So soft values can create hard assets.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. That was